Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
And good afternoon, everyone. We apologize for the delay. As you can see, I am not in front of the green screen. We are dealing with some office issues here as we have been getting some heavy rain and the building is not very happy right now. So we're doing it just as a voiceover. But yes, this is live. It's just me in front of a microphone here. So let's get going into our weather headlines for today. We do have a risk for more storms in the northeast. It should be a pretty marginal chance in terms of hail. I think it's going to be very, very low. And then in terms of everything else, it's just going to be a wind threat. And then as we get into tomorrow, it's really going to quiet down, unfortunately. We don't really have a risk at this time. And then we're going to be talking about our newest tropical storm. We have Tropical Storm Elsa that formed, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was overnight. Anyway, we'll talk about Elsa a little bit. And we're going to basically see where she may let it go. Sorry, how did I put it there? We do have some events coming up. The first one is the 2021 FRSA Convention and Expo. This is going to be in Florida on July 21st to the 23rd in Kissimmee, Florida, at the Gaylord Palms Resort, again, July 21st to 23rd. So that's coming up within the next few weeks. And then we have another little trade show here. This is the NTRCA trade show. This is going to be in Grapevine, Texas on August 4th. And lastly, this is a pretty cool event. This is not until September, but this is one that we are sponsoring. This is the Thunder Road Race to Recovery at the Oklahoma Motorsports Complex in Norman, Oklahoma on September 15th. So this is an event where if you sign up, you're guaranteed 2 races. There'll be food trucks and a whole lot of other things, and all the proceeds are going to be going to roofers in recovery. So basically roofers that are recovering from alcohol addiction, drug addiction, all of those proceeds will be going to them. So if you're interested in that, go and sign up. So let's talk about what we saw yesterday. We did see a lot of reports. Most of them, if you can see here, are wind reports. We did have a few hail reports scattered across the country, but yeah, most of them were in the form of wind. We're going to zoom in now into the northeast where we saw a lot of activity from southeastern Ohio into Pennsylvania, parts of Maryland, all the way into New York, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, a little bit in Maine as well, Massachusetts, New Jersey. Yeah, I think I named almost all of them. Rhode Island. Am I missing any? But yeah, we saw a lot of wind activity in the Northeast yesterday, and then we saw some scatter reports about throughout the rest of the U.S. Most of the scatter reports, though, were in the western part of the country. So if we take a look at our numbers for yesterday, we didn't see any tornadoes. We saw 9 large hail reports and then a little over 170 high wind reports. So it was a pretty windy day yesterday. Now compared, what am I saying? Totaling up since January 1st, there we go. We're still sitting at 619 tornado reports, closing in on 3,600 large hail reports and a little over 7,400 high wind reports. Now, compared to this time last year, we are still ways behind. This time last year, we saw 945 tornado reports, almost 4,700 large hail reports, and 12,377 high wind reports. So we are still ways behind, like we've been saying for a while now. We are still very behind compared to last year. So taking a look at current conditions across the United States, you can see there's a lot of precipitation going on in the middle of the country, from Kansas to Oklahoma, eastward into southeastern Missouri, Kentucky, into the northeast. There is a severe thunderstorm watch out at this time until 8 p.m. Eastern time, so 7 p.m. Central time. You can see that in the pink box there from Virginia into parts of Pennsylvania, and I'll zoom in just a second. So basically, it's the same system, low pressures in Canada, and we have this frontal system that is just not moving, and it just continues to dump a ton of rain. I know here in Oklahoma, we do not need any more in our neck of the woods. We're dealing with a lot of issues in terms of flooding. So let's zoom in here to the northeast. Again, that pink box there is a severe thunderstorm watch. It is for wind. The National Weather Service hasn't mentioned anything about hail in this particular watch, but I'll talk about what I'm thinking in just a second. This again is until 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 Central time. It looks like there are a few warnings out right now as well. Those are those little orange boxes there. But yes, it's going to be continuing on through the rest of the day, that risk, as well as a lot of rain. So let's zoom on out, take a look at those temperatures. It's pretty comfortable in New York City right now. It's at 73. There's that precipitation around, so that's why it's staying a bit cooler. Warmer though elsewhere. It's 81 in Fort Wayne, as well as in Kansas City, 85 in Atlanta. It is a lot hotter though in Dallas. It's at 91, 88 in Houston, and it's a lot cooler in Portland, Oregon. It's at 67, so a lot better there today compared to what we've been seeing the last few days with that heat. So I bet you those people there are enjoying the cooler weather. So taking a look at our dew points in the Northeast, it's very humid. Those dew points, like I've mentioned in the past, once it gets up above 65, it starts to feel a bit sticky. And you can see that we are seeing a lot of areas experiencing dew points in the upper 60s to low 70s. So it's very, very sticky out there. Lots of humidity, it's giving at least some instability for those storms to develop this afternoon and evening. So this is our future radar. This is 12:30. What's the time right now? So this is like 26 minutes ago. I set this thinking, hey, we're going to have a 12 p.m. show, but Mother Nature said nope. Anyway, so this is what the model was saying at 12:30. We have some showers and storms developing from basically New York and western Massachusetts and Connecticut, southward into central Pennsylvania, all the way down into West Virginia, northern Virginia, And into Kentucky, we go forward a few hours. It's at 3 p.m. You can see more thunderstorm development is expected to develop along that front. And yeah, eastern Pennsylvania southward, some more thunderstorms are going to most likely develop along and ahead of that cold front. 4:30, same deal. You can see that these storms are more in a linear format, so we are expecting more wind than hail today. Although if some storms can stay isolated, we could get at least some marginally severe hail. I'm not really expecting a whole lot of that today. It's going to be more of a wind threat. But as we get into the evening, this system will start to move off the coast. We could still see some thunderstorm development, though, in parts of central Virginia and eastern Maryland, maybe Boston. You can still see a storm or two. However, I think by this time the severe threat is really going to be diminishing. It's just going to be that, typical thunderstorm variety activity. And this is by 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. The storm system's going to slowly continue to move off the coast, and you may most likely wake up to still some rain going on along the far eastern coast of the country. So here is my hail forecast for today. It's just going to be a very, very low chance. Quarter, maybe a $0.50. It's going to be a very low chance. But if hail does happen, it's going to be from Baltimore to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, northward to Boston. A low chance to see hail up to $0.50 in size. I do think, though, the chance for wind is going to be a bit higher once this program gets going here. Here we go. This is our wind forecast. 60-mile-per-hour gusts basically in the same area. However, like I just mentioned, I think the chances for wind are going to be a bit better in this area. So a moderate chance to see severe winds from Richmond to Baltimore or Philadelphia. You guys can see up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts. And then a low chance for Hartford, although 60-mile-per-hour gusts are still possible for you guys. So let's get into, let me see, here we go. The future jet stream here. Like I said, tomorrow it looks pretty dead. So we're just going to jump right into the future jet stream here to basically show you why we are going to be seeing this quiet pattern. You can see that low pressure system in the northeast. That's going to, of course, bring that chance for severe weather today. And it's going to slowly move off the coast as we get into tomorrow. A bit cooler weather for you guys, and you can see that high pressure is just going to be building and sticking around as we get into tomorrow and into Saturday. And yeah, it's just going to be continuing for the next few days. So because of that, I think really the weekend and into the beginning of next week is going to be pretty quiet. So that may be a bit, unfortunate if you are looking for any storms. So let's take a look at Tropical Storm Elsa and see where she may let it go. Sorry. I mean, it's a great pun. But at this time, Tropical Storm Elsa has a wind speed of 45 miles per hour. She's moving west-northwest at a pretty good clip at 28 miles per hour. The pressure is at 1,005 millibars. Let's see where she is going to possibly be heading in the next few days. This is till tomorrow now as we wake up, 8 a.m. She's expected to strengthen a bit, although still stay at a tropical storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then as we get into Saturday, she'll continue to move on to the west-northwest, really keeping its strength pretty much the same. I think she's dealing with some dry air right now, and she may strengthen a little bit as we get into tomorrow, but again, I think she's going to stay relatively the same with her strength. She's then going to hit some land Cuba by Monday around 8 a.m. Really still the same in terms of her strength, and then she'll enter the Gulf of Mexico by Tuesday morning. Again, at this time, she's not expected to really turn into a hurricane. That may change. We're still a few days out. Those Gulf of Mexico waters are, of course, very warm, so we need to really keep an eye on Elsa to see what she does. And I kind of just want to touch on the climatology. This is already, what is this, our 5th storm of the season. We're only at July 1st, and you can see, looking at the map here, we are still 2 months out from peak season, and we're already on storm system number 5. So this is a little abnormal. We usually don't see this much activity, this early in the season. It's not, zero, but it's not that common. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the tropics for you as always, and of course wind and hail here at Hail Trace. But I thought I would show you this because I think it's kind of fascinating. So but yeah, that is all that I have for you guys today. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, concerns, or if you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com, and to check out our website at www.hailtrace.com, where you can get more information about us. We have bios about all of us on there. But yeah, if you have any issues or just want to learn more about us, just reach out and we will be more than happy to give you that information you need. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.